Hello everyone, hope all of you are safe and healthy. Welcome to IASbaba's Rapid Revision Series for Prelims 2021. This is session 62 and day 86. And the topic we have is Indian polity, basically the statutory and constitutional bodies. So these are the topics we are going to discuss, that is the MCQs for the first two topics, and then the third one, the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions, and then the Central Board for Film Certification, and then PM STIAC, that is the Science and Technology Advisory Committee for PM, then Directorate General for Trade Remedies, and then Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board, the PNGRB, then the Higher Education Commission of India, then Sangeet Natak Akademi, and then Animal Welfare Board of India. So coming to the first one, the MCQs. Friends, in India, the term public key infrastructure is used in the context of, friends, we know that in the encryption, the key is used to decode the encoded subject. So here key means basically the cyber security. So wherever cyber security option is there, we will search for it. So first one, digital security infrastructure. Yes, it most aptly suits for this question. Then food security infrastructure, no, it doesn't suit. Then healthcare and education infrastructure, once again not suitable. Then telecommunication and transportation, though telecommunication is suitable to some extent, transportation is completely far away from this question. So we strike it out. So the correct answer is digital security infrastructure. An easy question, you can hit it in 1 or 2 minutes. Then come to next one. Which of the following are the reasons or factors for the exposure to the benzene pollution? So which of the following will emit benzene pollution basically? So first one, the automobile exhaust, that is the vehicular smoke, then tobacco smoke, then wood burning, then using varnished wooden furniture, then using products made of polyurethane. Friends, here we apply two things. First one is the technical common sense and second is the examiner's perspective. First one, the technical common sense. If you take any of the smokes emitted by these things, might be the smoke of vehicles, then smoke of smoking tobacco, and then wood burning, or even the vapors of varnishes or polyurethane, it will emit one or the other carbon compounds, and benzene is a carbon compound. So we cannot say that benzene is not at all present in any of these. So when there is vehicular emissions, that is smoke, we cannot say benzene is completely absent. Even if it is 0.001%, it is present itself. So this 0.001%, this benefit of minusculity, it will put us in the advantageous position and make all the correct options automatically. And now coming to the examiner's perspective. Friends, consider that examiner will exclude this and he will mention that 2, 3, 4, 5 are the only correct answer. And now if someone else somewhere in India, he might have read in one or the other book and he brings to UPSC showing that yes, automobile exhausts, they contain benzene, then UPSC's answer will go wrong and he will have to give grace marks to all of you and he will not take such a risks. So automatically he will give all of the answers correct unless and until there are extremities. So if there are extremities, he will be showing with his words that this option is not included at all. So if you don't decipher those extremities, then you will be in the trap. So here all are moderate and we will hit all the options directly. So remember two things, the technical common sense and the examiner's perspective. Now come to the next one. Which of the following statements are correct regarding the general difference between plant and animal cells? First one, plant cells have cellulose cell walls whilst animal cells do not have. Yes, this is correct. Then plant cells do not have plasma membrane unlike animal cells which do. Then mature plant cells have one large vacuole while animal cells has many small vacuoles. Yes friends, this is basic 6th NCERT question and we shall not disrespect UPSC by hitting the guesswork even in this. So here the second one is wrong because plasma membrane is a must for any cell, be it plant cell or animal cell, and this 2 cannot be an option and 1 and 3 shall be the solution. So here plant cells have cellulosic cell wall and animals do not have the cell wall. Then mature plant cells have one large vacuole. Yes, they have one large vacuole, and animal cells, they have many small vacuoles. So this is all about the third question. Then coming to fourth one. If another global financial crisis happens in the near future, which of the following action or policies are most likely to give some immunity to India? So friends, this is a conceptual question and most of the conceptual questions will be arising from the basics. So if you go from the basics, you will get it correct automatically. But one thing friends, do not over analyze the things. Do not complicate the things here. Now the question only says that how to avoid a global financial crisis. So here the basic common sense says that as and when we isolate India from the global finances, then we will be averting from the crisis. So we will see what are the options that will insulate us from the global finances, and those options which will actually cut our exposure to the international market. Coming to the first one, not depending on the short term foreign borrowings. So yes, not depending on the short term foreign borrowings means we are cutting from the foreign borrowings. Yes, this can be a formidable option. Then opening up more foreign banks. So this will actually expose us. So this is not. And then maintaining full capital account convertibility. Yeah friends, if you are not aware of this, keep it as pending. We will try for the luck here. So first one has to be correct. So A, B and D has to be an option. Third one is ruled out. Then in this, opening up foreign bank accounts is not an option. So 2 cannot be an option. So 2 shall not be there in your option. So only one option is left. Even without reading the third one, you got the right answer and you are lucky this time. So such lucks will happen, and wait for that by reading all the options given. So here without reading this we got, but however capital account convertibility actually exposes India to the foreign market. So even that cannot be an option. Then come to the last one. If you withdraw rupees 1 lakh in cash from your demand deposit account at your bank, the immediate effect of an aggregate money supply in the economy will be. Yes friends, here there are two constraints given, that is rupee 1 lakh in cash and the demand deposit, and then the extreme word is the immediate effect. So immediately soon after you withdraw your 1 lakh rupee from demand deposit account. Friends, demand deposit means either saving or current account, that which is available on demand. Now what happens when you remove 1 lakh rupee from your bank? We will see the option to reduce the money supply in the economy by rupees 1 lakh, then to increase it by rupees 1 lakh, then to increase it by more than rupees 1 lakh, and to leave it unchanged. Yeah, friends, here there are formulas, you can solve it by using knowledge, but however coming to the guesswork, friends, to reduce it by rupees 1 lakh. So such silly things will not be given by the UPSC, and this is a trap option for non-serious candidates. That is, if we remove 1 lakh from our bank account will be reduced by 1 lakh. Simple mathematics, but this is a trap option. We will rule it out and increase it by rupees 1 lakh. Once again, even option B is also a trap for non-serious candidates, because friends, it is obvious to think that once we remove 1 lakh rupee from our account, then that amount will come into the circulation in the economy, and that leads to increase in 1 lakh rupee. A simple thinking. Once again, it is a trap for non-serious candidates. Then it increases it by more than 1 lakh rupee. Friends, if it has to increase by more than 1 lakh, then it takes some time. Either you have to invest it in the stock exchange, or you have to start a business, or you have to give it for interest or something else. So this is not immediate effect. So this is also ruled out. Then to leave it unchanged. So think over this regarding the economic perspective. So this is the bank and this is you. So earlier the bank had 1 lakh rupee. But however, even bank was circulating this money without your knowledge. It was giving it to others and it was extracting interest from them. And now it is with you. So you are also circulating it. Either you will consume a good, or you will invest it in the stock exchange, or you will start a business. Once again, both of you are circulating the money. So what money was circulating on behalf of the bank, now it starts circulating on behalf of you. So nothing changed. So it leaves unchanged. So likewise, you can tick the correct option. That is option D. So this is how the guessworks are done. Friends, today we learned the examiner's perspective and also the economical common sense in this last question. Now come to the next one, the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions. Friends, why was it a news? Because Indian Parliament passed the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions Bill 2020. So on behalf of this bill, it becomes important. Now coming to the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions. The bill provided to set up the National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions. So along with other options, the bill also provides to set up this body. Now coming to the commission, it consists of a chairman, then a vice chairman, then 5 members at the level of joint secretary, that is representing various departments of the central government. So 5 members from the secretariat, and then 1 representative from Directorate General of Health Services. So 1 representative from DGHS will also be a member. Then 3 deputy directors or medical superintendents appointed on a rotational basis from AIIMS, Delhi, and AIIPMR, Mumbai. So All India Postgraduate Research Institute, Mumbai, and AIIMS, Delhi. These 2 will send their own deputy directors or other representatives. Then 12 part-time members representing the State Council. So here chairperson, vice chairperson, then 5 from the secretariat, that is the 5 IAS officers or the generalists, then more of the specialists, and then 12 part-time members. So these are the membership of this National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions. Now coming to more facts, the functions of the commission, that is framing policies and standards for regulating the education and practices in the health and allied sector. So in the medical, paramedical, then nursing courses, and then in medical devices technology, in all these sectors, it will form the policies for education. Then creating and maintaining an online central register for all registered professionals. So almost all the registered colleges, medical colleges, nursing colleges, then lab technician colleges, so all their registers will be maintained under this body. Then providing basic standards of education, courses, curriculum, that is setting syllabus, then staff qualification, then examination, then training, then maximum fee payable, that is the fixation of fees for various categories of medical departments. So for all the doctors, nurses, ward boys, etc., it will set the curriculum, set the training schedule and training module, and also fix the fee, that is maximum to be payable. Then providing for a uniform entrance and exit exam. So entrance and exit exams are also conducted by this National Commission for Allied and Healthcare Professions. So this is a brief account of the commission. Then come to next one, the Central Board of Film Certification. Friends, why was it in news? Because in the recent times, the over-the-top platforms, that is the Netflix and others, they are alleged to be going vulgar, and in that context, this Central Board for Film Certification, it was asked to censor all those series and movies that are coming in the Netflix and other over-the-top platforms. So in that context, it becomes important. Now coming to more about Central Board for Film Certification. CBFC is a statutory film certification body in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. So no prize for guessing, this will be under Ministry of Information and Broadcasting only. Then it is tasked with regulating the public exhibition of films under the provisions of Cinematograph Act 1952. So this Cinematograph Act 1952, it is the law under which this CBFC works. Then films screened in cinemas and on television may only be publicly exhibited in India after certification by the board. So this is common sense. Yes, almost all the TV and movie programs that will be censored by the CBFC and released after that. Then composition, CBFC consists of non-official members and a chairman, all of whom are appointed by the central government. So what are the terms of references, then what are the salaries, what is the qualification, all those things are not mentioned. So it is left to the whims and fancies of the government. So that is why, friends, even controversial personalities are appointed to this CBFC, and that is why movie industry, it erupts every time a controversial person becomes the chairman of CBFC. Now coming to regional officers, it has 9 regional officers, one each at Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Bengaluru, then Thiruvananthapuram, then Hyderabad and New Delhi, Cuttack and Guwahati. So in all these regions, it has regional officers, and those officers will perform the censorship regarding those regional movies and TV programs. Then regional officers are assisted in examination of films by the advisory panels. So every regional office, they have advisory panels, and they will assist these regional officers in censorship. Then the members of the panel are nominated by the central government by drawing people from different walks of life for a period of 2 years. So lastly, friends, this period of 2 years is fixed, but however the qualification and whom have to be selected, all those things are not provided, or might be they are provided in the cinematographic rules. So those rules are not important for UPSC aspirants. So this is all about the Central Board for Film Certification. Then come to next one, the PM's TIAC. Friends, why was it in news? Because the project management team at Invest India together with the office of PSA will facilitate the delivery and progress of all the 9 national missions under the PM's TIAC. So friends, this Invest India and the PM's scientific advisor, they will collaborate for the implementation of the 9 national missions that were envisaged under the PM's TIAC. So these two people, they go on to implement something which was planned by the PM's TIAC. So in that context, PM's TIAC will become important. Now, it is a 21-member advisory panel on science, technology and innovation. So it is a 21-member, a huge body. Then it will be headed by the principal scientific advisor to the government. So PSA will be the head of this PM's TIAC. Then it will coordinate implementation of PM's scientific vision. So whatever PM's scientific vision is there, might be Digital India, Missile India, so all those things will be implemented by this PM's TIAC. Then it will also advise government on developing clusters of excellence in science, including city-based R&D clusters. So these cluster-based centers for excellence for research and development, these are the projects of this PM STIAC, and that will look after these projects. Then it will work to bring together all science and technology partners from academia and institutes to industries near such centers or cities. So in such centers for excellence or the clusters for excellence, the academia industry relation will be looked into by this PM STIAC, and that will be the facilitator for such collaboration between academia and industry. Then come to more facts regarding this, the list of 9 science and technology missions. So what are the 9 science and tech missions that are being envisaged by the PM STIAC? First one, the National Language Translation. This will enable access to teaching and research material bilingually, that is in English and one's native Indian language. So this program deals with translation of all the research materials to regional languages, a great initiative. Then Quantum Frontier. Friends, this aims to initiate work in the quantum mechanical system, that is in the quantum computing and then quantum technology and others. These are the areas of operation of this mission, Quantum Frontier. Then artificial intelligence. Friends, artificial intelligence is used in almost all the sectors nowadays, and this will be used for the improvement of healthcare, education, agriculture, smart cities and infrastructure, including smart mobility and transportation. So in all these things, artificial intelligence will be used and the infrastructure in all these areas will be improved. Then National Biodiversity Mission, that is cataloging and mapping of all life forms in India. So this is the aim of this biodiversity mission. Then electric vehicles, basically the FAME scheme. This is making electric vehicles economically viable and scalable. Then bioscience for human health. The aim of this bioscience mission is to construct comprehensive reference maps of genomes. So almost all the genome mapping of humans will be conducted by this bioscience mission. Then waste to wealth. So friends, this deals with the technology of wastage treatment. So that is the recycling economy or the round economy. So that is the area of interest of this waste to wealth. Then deep ocean exploration. So this mission leads to improving our understanding of the blue frontier. So almost all the marine research, they come under this deep ocean exploration. Then Agni, that is the ignited ideas. So this is connecting innovators across industry and individuals and grassroots to the market. So once again, the academia industry collaboration and helping commercialization of innovative solutions. So what are those conducted in the lab that have to be scaled up and they have to come to the market? So that is the aim of this Agni project. So these are the 9 missions that are being envisaged by PM STIAC, and the principal scientific advisor and Invest India, they are looking to implement these 9 missions. So this is all about the PM STIAC. Then come to next one, the Directorate General of Trade Remedies. Friends, coming to key points about the Directorate General of Trade Remedies. The Directorate General of Trade Remedies was earlier known as the Directorate General of Anti-Dumping and Ally Duties. So previously it looked after only the anti-dumping and ally duties, not all the trade remedies, only the remedies related to anti-dumping and ally duties. Then it is an integrated single window agency for providing comprehensive and swift trade redressal mechanism in India. So this is a trade redressal mechanism or the body that deals with the trade disputes. Then earlier, the Directorate General of Anti-Dumping and Ally Duties dealt with anti-dumping and countervailing duty cases. So this DGAD, that is the former version of this DGTR, it looked after only anti-dumping and countervailing duty related cases. Then the Directorate General of Safeguards, that dealt with the safeguard measures, that is the non-quantitative measures. Then the DGFT dealt with the quantitative restrictions or the safeguards. So now the DGTR merges all of them, that is the Directorate General of Anti-Dumping and Ally Duties, then Directorate General of Safeguards, and then the quantitative remedies. So all these are merged under this Directorate General of Trade Remedies. And then DGTR now deals with anti-dumping, CVD and safeguard measures. So all those things are now dealt by the DGTR, and now DGTR is the one-stop destination for any kind of trade remedies. Then DGTR functions as an attached office of the Department of Commerce, that is Ministry of Commerce and Industries. So this point has to be remembered, that is this DGTR, it works under Ministry of Commerce and Industries and the Department of Commerce. Then come to more facts regarding the DGTR, the functions. It provides trade defense support to our domestic industry and exporters in dealing investigations instituted against them by other countries. So, if there are any controversies for our exporters, if they are facing any trouble while exporting from the destination countries where the exports are going, so in all these cases, this DGTR will intervene and resolve the cases. Then, DGTR provides a level playing field to the domestic industry against unfair trade practices like dumping and actionable subsidies from any exporting country. So, here the anti-dumping duties, the countervailing duties are being levied on the recommendation of DGTR, because who is dumping things into India and who is providing unnecessary subsidies, those will be knowing better to this DGTR. Then, these are done by using trade remedial methods under the relevant framework of WTO arrangements. So, it is not treading any illegal path, it is going as per the WTO framework itself. And then the Customs Tariff Act and rules of India. So, both domestic and international laws are taken into consideration, and also the international agreements, that is the bilateral agreements with which country the dispute has to be resolved, even that is taken into consideration while resolving the disputes. Then, other functions: conducting anti-dumping and anti-subsidy or countervailing duty and anti-safeguard investigations and recommendation to GOI. So, this we have discussed how it will recommend. Then, handling litigation matters before the CESTAT, that is the Customs, Excise and Service Tax Appellate Tribunal. So, any trade disputes that are undergoing trials in this CESTAT, that is the Tax Appellate Tribunal, and other cases that are being under trial in High Courts and Supreme Courts, this DGTR will litigate all those cases. Then, conducting outreach program to create and spread conceptual awareness and explain the working of the DGTR. So, awareness creation program is also a part of DGTR. Then, exchange of information with WTO. So, any change in the rules within the domestic or any other disputes, this will be informed to the WTO by the DGTR. So, these are the functions of DGTR. Then, come to the next. Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board. Friends, Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board, it works under the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, but obvious, no prize for guessing here. Then, it was constituted under the Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board Act 2006. So, this is a statutory body and it is originated from the Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board Act. Then, it aims to protect the interests of the consumers and entities engaged in the specified activities relating to petroleum products and natural gas. So, any matters that arise from petroleum products and natural gas that are being dealt by this Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board. Then, to promote competitive markets in the petroleum sector. So, any unhealthy competition in the market will be curbed by this PNGRB. Then, it also regulates the refining, processing, storage, transportation, distribution, marketing and sale of petroleum products and natural gas, and excluding the production of crude oil and natural gas. So, friends, crude oil and natural gas production is excluded from PNGRB because this is completely under government's control. So, this import of crude oil, production of crude oil and natural gas, these are not privatized. So, that is why PNGRB will not look into these cases. So, this fact we will remember, that is why the content was picked up. Then, it aims to ensure uninterrupted and adequate supply of petroleum products and natural gas in all parts of the country. Yes, transportation, distribution, all these, they ensure that the supply is smooth all over the country. Then, PNGRB authorizes the city gas distribution network and the natural gas and petroleum product pipelines and determines the tariffs for the city supply and the pipeline supply of the natural gases and lays down the technical and safety standards. So, it not only fixes the tariffs for the city gas distribution and the pipeline distribution, it also lays down the technical and safety norms in such distributions. So, this is a brief account on Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board. Come to the next, the Higher Education Commission of India. Friends, why was it in news? Because the Ministry of Education is preparing to set up the Higher Education Commission of India, and which will come with a clause to allow foreign universities into India. So, this Higher Education Commission of India, it is having one of the main aims for Indo-foreign collaboration in educational sector. So, this Indo-foreign collaboration has to be remembered. Then, coming to the functions of Higher Education Commission of India. Friends, the HECI will recommend ways to promote autonomy of higher educational institutions and ensure maintenance of academic standards in higher education. So, autonomy and maintenance of standards are the two main goals of this HECI. Then, composition of this HECI. it will consist of 14 members. So, a considerably big body, and a research committee will recommend the names to the central government for the post of chairperson and members of HECI. So, a search committee will be there and that will recommend the members of HECI. Then, the search committee will consist of the 5 members including cabinet secretary as a chairperson, then higher education secretary and 3 eminent academicians. Yes friends, here the search committee will not include either PM or any union minister or any cabinet minister, but however it includes only cabinet secretary and the related secretaries. So, these are bureaucrats. So, if there is a trap question, you will make sure that you will remember and write the guess answer. So, this point once again remember. Then, for the appointment of the vice chairperson and the members of the HECI, the search committee will include the chairperson of the HECI. So, the chairperson of the HECI will also play an important role in appointment of the vice chairperson and other members. Then, to become a member, an individual should be professor for at least 10 years or eminent administrator with proven capacity for institution building. So, either he should be a professor for 10 years or either he should be an administrator. So, these two criteria are prescribed for the members of HECI. Then coming to more facts. The functions of HECI. Friends, it does several functions like granting authorization to institutions to commence academic operations. So, this authorization approval is given by HECI. Then award of degree or diploma. So, any college or university, they can award degree or diploma only on the approval of HECI. Then affiliations of institutions to universities. So, whether you have to get affiliated to any university or whether you have to go out of an affiliation and become autonomous. So, all these are decided by the HECI on the basis of inspection conducted by them. Then granting of autonomy. So, this affiliation and autonomy, these are the two counter phases. So, both of them will be taken care by the HECI. Then eligibility criteria for appointment of vice chancellors. So, appointment of vice chancellors for various varsities is also a function of HECI. Then setting and winding up of institutions. Friends, if the quality of institution is not proper, then shutting it down, and if the number of universities are less, then opening a new university. So, all these are also the functions of HECI. Then fee regulation. Even the fees are regulated by the HECI. Then members of HECI include the chairperson, then the vice chairperson, then 3 secretaries of the central government, then chairpersons of All India Council of Technical Education and National Council for Teachers Education, then chairpersons of any 2 accreditation bodies, maybe the Medical Council of India or Pharmaceutical Council of India or any other accreditation body. They will send their chairpersons as representatives to HECI. So, any 2 accreditation bodies will send their chairpersons at a time. Then 2 vice chancellors of universities of academic excellence. So, University of Delhi, University of West Bengal, University of Chennai, Mizoram, etc. So, any 2 vice chancellors will become the member of HECI. Then 2 serving professors of universities. So, along with the vice chancellors, any 2 serving professors will also become the members. Then an experienced person from the industry. So, any CEO or any owner of any big industry will also become the member, and he will be appointed for better academia and industry collaboration. So, these are the members of HECI and these are the functions of HECI. Then come to the next one, the Sangeet Natak Akademi. Friends, the origin of Sangeet Natak Akademi goes back to 1951. Now, the Sangeet Natak Akademi, it is the India's National Academy for Music, Dance and Drama. So, this is the single most academy for music, dance and drama, all the 3, and this is the first National Academy of Arts to be set up by India. And this was the earliest one and this was the first one. Then it was created by a resolution of the then Ministry of Education, Government of India. So friends, this originated from the Ministry of Education. Yes friends, this started from the Ministry of Education. Then later Sangeet Natak Akademi was reconstituted by the government as a society and registered under the Societies Registration Act 1860. So earlier it was working as an attached office to the Ministry of Education, and now it is a society under Societies Registration Act. Then the Sangeet Natak Akademi is presently an autonomous body of the Ministry of Culture. So now it is a society and it works autonomously under the Ministry of Culture and is fully funded by the government for implementation of its schemes and programs. Yes friends, here there are no stakeholders. The full funding is done by the government alone. Then come to more facts regarding Sangeet Natak Akademi, the functions and powers. Friends, the promotion and growth of Indian music, dance and drama. This is the solo function of Sangeet Natak Akademi. Then maintenance of standards of training in the performing arts. So wherever the training schools are set up under the aegis of the Sangeet Natak Akademi, in all those the standards have to be maintained. Then revival, preservation, documentation and dissemination of materials as well as instruments relating to various forms of music, dance and drama. So revival of the world music, dance and drama, then preservation, documentation. So all these are the functions of Sangeet Natak Akademi. Then recognition of outstanding artists. So any outstanding artists, if they are being awarded by the Prime Minister, President, etc. So all those things will be looked after by this Sangeet Natak Akademi. So this is all about the Sangeet Natak Akademi. Then come to next, Animal Welfare Board of India is being planned to be shifted to National Capital Territory. So that is why it is in news. Now, the Animal Welfare Board of India is a statutory advisory body that promotes animal welfare in the country, and it was established in 1962 under the Section 4 of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960. So this is not under the Wildlife Protection Act, this is under the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act. So this point has to be remembered. Then the Animal Welfare Board of India was started under the stewardship of Rukmini Devi Arundel, and she was a well-known humanitarian. Friends, this Rukmini Devi Arundel or Rukmini Devi Arundale, she was a great Bharatanatyam dancer. So that is why she becomes important both as a humanitarian being and also an artist of Bharatanatyam. Then the board had its headquarters at Chennai. Now it is being shifted to National Capital Territory. So that has to be noted here. Then the board consists of 28 members. Then the terms of office of members is for a period of 3 years. And then the chairman is nominated by the central government. Friends, this person Rukmini Devi Arundale, she was the chairperson of this body for almost 20 years, and later on government started nominating. And friends, this is again in news because not all the 28 members of Animal Welfare Board of India are being appointed, and there are talks going on that Modi government is neglecting this Animal Welfare Board of India. So that is why once again it comes under current affairs. Then members are appointed from various institutions and parliament. Friends, just like the Central Board for Film Certification, the appointment nomination into the board is very informal. Only the period is for 3 years, but who will be appointed, then why they will be appointed, so all those things are very much murkier. Then come to more facts regarding the Animal Welfare Board of India. The functions of Animal Welfare Board of India, that is to study the Prevention and Cruelty to Animals Act and advise the government on the amendments to be undertaken. So the updation and amendment to Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act will be one of the functions of Animal Welfare Board of India. Then to lessen the burden of draught animals by improving in the design of vehicles. So improving the design of bullock carts, then plows, etc. will be the function of Animal Welfare Board of India, so that the burden of draught animals, that is the horses, bullocks, then asses, etc. will be reduced. Then to prevent pain or suffering to animals while they are kept in captivity or confinement or while transportation. So in all these stages they should be carried with minimum pain, or they should be bred with minimum pain. So this is the aim of this Animal Welfare Board of India. Then to advise the government in the design of slaughterhouses and its improvement, so that unnecessary pain or suffering is eliminated at the pre-slaughter stage. Yes friends, so even in the slaughterhouses, the death of the animal has to occur peacefully and kindfully. So all those arrangements are to be made for such a condition of slaughterhouses. So that is also the function of this Animal Welfare Board of India. Then the financial assistance for the establishment of the shelter homes, rescue homes, then pinjara posts, this is a kind of farmhouse, then sanctuaries and the animal welfare organizations. So friends, even these are the functions of Animal Welfare Board of India, that is financial assistance for shelter homes, pinjara posts and others. So friends, not all the organizations will do this financial assistance, and this is one extraordinary organization which comes up with the financial assistance, and this is once again a fact to be remembered. Then to grant assistance to animal hospitals and advise central government in such matters. So in almost all the veterinary department, this will have a say. So this is also a function of Animal Welfare Board of India. Then to give awareness and education about animal welfare and animal protection. So ultimately creation of awareness is also a function of Animal Welfare Board of India. So these are some of the functions and powers of Animal Welfare Board of India, and here we can see the website of Animal Welfare Board of India. So go to the websites of all the bodies and check for other additional information if you have time. Now come to the last part. Friends, Abraham Lincoln famously said that rather than anyone else's motivation, the resolution to grow within yourself is more important. So it is your hunger, it is your dedication, determination and your spirit to grow and excel in your life, to reach the zenith and to have that fortitude to experience all those pains, troubles, tensions, difficulties, anxieties, nervousness, etc. for the sake of achieving the goal is much more important. So develop such a fortitude, such a resilience, so that what come may, you will achieve your goal. So do it. All the very best. Good luck, friends.